Hi, it's Pete Scoyle again, talking Principles of Money. Something I'd like to teach you that I learned maybe too late in life, and that is always seek to live a life free from debt. Proverbs 22:7 says the borrower is servant to the lender, and there's a lot of wisdom in learning not to become a servant to something that will become a cruel master. The society we live in at the moment pushes us all to own things, and it's part of status, it's part of being seen to be wealthy, to be in crowd, to be part of everybody else, is owning certain things. So there's a pressure to have, a pressure to buy, and layered on top of that is the use of credit cards and this easy credit that our current society offers us. Most people in life think this is a good thing. Beware, it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. And what you need to learn is if you want to be successful, do not allow yourself to become indebted personally. It's not the way to do things. Yes, you can get a lot of assets on a credit card, but measure your life against the comment I'm going to make now. What you've bought on your credit card, are you coping with the repayments, or are you slowly getting further and further behind? Incredibly, most professionals worldwide are 2 months away from bankruptcy. And the reason that most professionals are 2 months away from bankruptcy is because most of them have bought all of their assets, their home, their cars, their TVs, all of the assets they own, they have bought on credit using a credit card. The moment they do not have a job in which to bring income to service the credit cards, they will lose everything that they have. That's a worldwide statistic. So many of the people who you envy and who you look at driving around in fancy vehicles, Mercedes and so on, don't actually own what they have. And when they die, they will leave bills for their relatives, not money or assets or income or inheritance. What has been good about the Zimbabwean situation is that it has curtailed the amount of lending that has happened. So personal debt is not as high in Zimbabwe to banking institutions anyway, as it has been to the rest of the world. However, there are a lot of people who have started borrowing from family or borrowing from somebody else in order to try and sustain life. As that's happened, people are now starting to get further and further behind. We've all got into a rather nasty situation here where we can't afford to live on the salary that we get. And the problem now is that once you've borrowed, as the proverb says, you become a servant to the lender. So once you've borrowed, you are now a servant to the person who's lent you. You're a prisoner to the debt. And you now start falling further and further behind and borrowing more in order to try and stay afloat. And it becomes the rob Peter to pay Paul syndrome. So what you do is you take some out of here, put it into there. Next month, say take some out of there, put it into there. And each month you're slowly falling further and further behind. If that describes you today, my advice to you would be to do this. Stop. Look at your life long and hard and make some rather drastic decisions. And these are hard decisions, but they are life-changing decisions, and they're decisions that will benefit you in the future. You've got to be prepared to restructure your life. You've got to be prepared to look at whatever it is that you own, work out what it is that you could sell to repay the debt that you have, or what you could cut down on your monthly expenses in order to be able to afford to repay the debt that you have. And then start looking for income opportunities that are time compounded, income opportunities that will give you the ability to earn money whilst you're doing your job, earn money whilst you are creating another form of income. That way, you can now start to use the income from that opportunity to put towards your debt and get out of debt. We did this a number of years ago. We discovered a business that we could run part-time, and the income from that paid off the debt that we owed. If you would like to look at a business opportunity built on those principles, please contact us on the details on the following page. Thank you.